Alright guys, what's up? I just thought I'd make a quick video about today's trade and as well just a bit of an update as to what I'm doing. If you do care, probably don't, but hey ho, I'm sure someone does maybe. But coming into today, obviously today is a no news Monday. For me, when I'm looking at no news Mondays, I'm looking at two things. Okay, I'm still looking at my strategy, and if it does come up, I am going to take it, and I'm going to take it with full risk, just like I would on any other trade, because I don't heavily believe that just because there's no red folder today, the market won't move. Obviously, in today's trade, it is true that TP did take a while, and but that's really just due to that lack of aggressors. I still think the direction was there. Obviously, on a typical day with lots of red folder, there's more orders in and out of the market, but ultimately it is just noise, and I still believe that we're going to get the same result no matter if we had two red folders or if we had none. Okay, so basically I was definitely looking for longs today. The reason being is obviously we're on MNQH, as you can see up there. I do believe it's all in frame. Yeah, it is. MNQH, yeah, MNQH. So we're in this part of the year, and we've kind of took out all of our point of controls. Going back, you can kind of see that we came down, and we kind of dipped off the same zone. So this 147 area, it's where we got our previous dip from, and we kind of just swept through all of our point of controls in the previous days. Obviously, we made a composite here over the last 2 days. You can just kind of see this beautiful V-shaped recovery, and I mean, just looking at this as the days, you can clearly see that longs were pretty perfect, and pretty much the zone that I drew out was pretty much perfect. Now, the zone is the value. Obviously, I don't really I've kind of changed my trading habits a little bit. So I won't tend to trade, today's value zones, because they are developing throughout the day. So for example, a value area high at one point in the day isn't going to be the value area high at the end of the day. So I don't really think you should be trading it. I think you should be trading on the more high time frames, using the low time frame as confirmation. But I really think that you should be getting the idea of where is today going from the higher time frame, and for me it was definitely long, so I immediately drew this out. So coming into our 9:30, yeah, I already wanted longs. As you can see, there is some clear absorption going on here if you do know what to look for. Sorry, but basically what we're getting is, delta taking lows. So for example, here we've got a candle body here which is taking that low, and we're all the way up here, so price is obviously trending higher compared to delta. So it kind of means that we're getting aggression into a zone that's being defended by passive buyers. Okay, you're just waiting to see that reaction out of there. Now for me, looking at the 5 minute, if I scroll back, so this was our 9:30 candle. We had lots of selling into it. Granted, we had positive delta, but judging on what we've seen here, it's kind of what you're looking for. We then get the delta flip. After this delta flip is when you start looking for your entry, right? So if I go to the 1 minute, I'll have to remember exactly where I entered, but I believe I will if I see it. So where's all the candles gone then? I've lost them all. Okay, here we are. Here's 9:30. So we got our delta flip at 35. Yes, I entered right here on this candle close. So basically what I've seen there is our 5 minute delta flip. What we've done is we've tapped back into a zone where basically this zone is quite important. granted, it can be hard to, distinguish, but with experience, you will start to get it. But because, that can look random, it's not a fair value gap. But what it is where did our first buying come in, right? Where did we first get this buying, which is obviously being backed by these passive orders? Where did it first come in that we can see that, buyers are defending this price? Okay, and for me, I took these two candles right here. So we can see, buying here, buying here. I would say that buying first started to come in about here. And I would say that, all of that aggression kind of ended towards here. And you can see that we got a slight rotation back in, followed by negative delta. We kind of had a candle to consolidate, if you will, followed by this candle, which had 1,100. After I've seen that, I've entered here. My stop loss has been beneath this value area low, and I targeted 2-to-1 RR, which, so we entered at, I can just get my top step up. You know what? I will just do that. Just give me a sec. Okay, so here you go. This is the trade that we took. Obviously, it was on a combine because I'm pretty much starting kind of fresh, to be honest. I don't have any XFAs. I'm really just going through the motions and getting everything back to basics and just getting used to being more process driven. I don't really care about the results. All that I care about today is that I did what I needed to do, followed what I needed to say. So as you can see, I entered on the close, which was about there. 2-to-1 RR. But as you can see, price rided up through the day. And if I was to look at a target, going back here, if I was to look at a target, I would either be heavily considering a high of the day, which as you can see got taken, or this point of control, which I do believe that this will also get taken. So that was just a bit of information for you, a bit of an update on where I'm at with my trading. Basically what I'm doing at the minute and what I'm working on, if you care, is obviously becoming a lot more process mindset orientated, but not only that, is really controlling my dopamine intake, right? Okay, I think it's extremely important that you lower your standard of boring and then hard work becomes easy. The trade-off with that is that things are a bit more boring, and when I take breaks from heavy work sessions, I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I took most of those things. I've been doing it for a bit now, but I just stare at the wall for 5 minutes until I get bored, and then I just get back to work. And it kind of makes it so that the work is fun, like making videos and recording videos and going back over my trades and journaling. It's fun because my boring is so low. I'm trying to be a lot more present in my moments. I'm really trying to leave behind, using a phone. And obviously the main thing is becoming process driven, which I just mentioned then. And that just means that you've had a good day. If you did what you needed to do, you had a good day. And if you lose, just remember this quote: losing is the price you pay for good business, right? A loss is the price that you pay for doing things correctly, and you have to think of it like that. And if you're thinking of it like that and you still react on these losses, then I don't know what to tell you, but that's a little update for me. If you're similar to me, leave a comment, follow, subscribe for the journey, because I know that eventually we will, be where we want it to be and back to that standard that we were at. It's a shame that while I was at that standard, I didn't realize all these things now, but rebuilding is really what's going to take us to the next step, because I've learned so many lessons along the way. But thank you for listening to me for about 10 minutes, and go enjoy the rest of your day, and use some of these tips that I'm telling you. Goodbye.